You will be married in blah, blah, blah time, about 14 months from now. Your future husband's initials are, and I'll say like TJ or TB or whatever. And she goes, what? And I said, yeah. I said, it's really weird, but are you on the personals? And she goes, yes, I am. I said, okay, this guy has an accent. And I joke with people because I try to give them examples. And I said, grr. Oh, it's guttural. Okay, so he's German. Had he been Australian, I would have said a bloke or something
Right.
that would be you would common ground to feel comfortable with. Oh, I get it, I get it. And I said, this is a German. He is living with his mother. Good guy, engineer, but a high end engineer. So not a VP, but senior engineer. And he is good looking, and he's approximately this tall, and he's got brown hair, and you'll meet him in the fall, and blah 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 blah. And I gave her some more pointers, and she goes, "You sure?" And she goes, so she calls me in a week, and she goes, "There are three guys on the internet that are asking me out that are German." I said, "Okay, it's the one that you'll know him because of this." And she went out on the first date with the first guy, and she goes, "I didn't see that." I said, "Go to the second one." And she dated him, and she said, "He had this thing you mentioned." And I asked him about it, and he said, "Oh, that was a gift from his mother because he had some initials like TB." And she said, "I live with my mother because she's older and I like taking care of her and I'm single." And he had brown hair, and he goes, "Oh, well, my real name is," and I had to give her three initials because I saw three initials. And it was too funny. And she married him, and they happily ever after. And of course, I get the sad stories where women call me and I said, "Don't marry that guy. Please do not call me and tell me you married that piece of garbage."
Right.
Or I tell guys, "Do not marry her. What are you thinking?" I mean,
Does that ever work?
yes, I have saved people from major mistakes, and
Wonderful.
and but I will not lie to you. I do laugh at them. I said, "Look, we are all in the same team. We've all made the same stupid mistakes. But if you do this, don't come back here and tell me you did it because I'll say I told you so." And I mean, people don't want to hear that they're going to screw up. I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
Well, I mean, we
I
all screw up, but nobody wants to actually, you know,
right.
be that person, right?
No, no, they don't. I mean, it's humiliating. It's uncomfortable. Um, it's sort of drama. I mean,
Well, yeah, it is
I
drama.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I have a college student that comes here, and the college students are absolutely fascinating because they can come in and I can say, well, the next guy you're going to date is blah blah blah, and well, I don't know if I'm going to be doing that because I'll say it's a guy in the military. I said I see either Navy or Marine Corps. Well, I said his name feels like like Alex. Well, she got a phone call. Somebody wanted to set her up with this guy, and she didn't know his name. She went down to the beach, and he's working at the Navy Yard, and he's in the Marine Corps, and his name was like Alex,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
it was too funny. I mean, I get stories after stories that are just fun. I mean, this week, for example, I have to find some missing jewelry. Okay, great. Somebody called and they want me to find some file cards. I mean, I get crazy stuff, but every day is a challenge.
That's interesting because that's not something. And I mean, I have friends that do what you do, like I've said, and I did. I did call them about the ticket or message them about the tickets because one of them wasn't mine. That was a big deal. I try not to take advantage of those friendships. And
Hmm.
every so often, one of them will call me and say, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Well, nothing. I'm fine." "No, something is upsetting." "Well, get out of my head." you know?
Like, what are you
And
talking about? Yeah.
yeah, and like I'm downstairs. I moved my office back downstairs for today because my husband yeah, it was going to be like getting in, and I didn't want to have to give a free week away with Kylie the Wonder Lab, which happens when she barks during a show. So, you know, I'm back downstairs, which I love being down here, but there are people who move things around while I'm down here. And I'm pretty sure I know who they are, but it's disconcerting when you're sitting there looking out the office door and the exercise ball just comes off the foosball table and rolls across the floor, right? So,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
and
that's hectic.
I brought my desk downstairs this afternoon and went back upstairs and closed the door. And as soon as I closed the door and had walked into the kitchen, there were three taps on it. And to the point that, you know, two of my dogs barked at the door. And I was like, it's not anybody. There's nobody there. It's okay. And because back when I was down here all the time, I would, you know, have people walking up the stairs and, you know, you could hear them coming up to the door. And I finally said, you know, y'all can't do that because that's scary and you're upsetting my dogs. And y'all are related. This is who this is. This is who that is. Get along and, you know, just check each other's stuff out. It's all good. And things calm down after that. But, you know, I thought it was funny that I brought my desk downstairs after not being down here for a while. And they came up and knocked on the door like, are you sure you're doing this? So,
Yeah, I think that the other side, which whoever they are, whoever wants the attention, um, can continue, depending on if you talk to them and
I don't,
uh,
as a
disc
rule.
well, if you disclose to them that you're not allowed to do this and talk to them like they're a child, then a lot of times you can control it better. Um, but then again, this is just a theory,
Mm-hmm.
of try this, try that, try this, try that. I've heard different psychics say different things. Sometimes I agree with them, sometimes I don't. Um, I do. I'm able when I people have called me about ghost hunting, and I said, well, I don't even have to come there. I mean, I can tell you where you need to be and what you need to address. Sometimes I get names and that kind of thing, but the market for ghost hunting is flooded by people working in the ghost hunting field.
Mm-hmm.
So I've left it alone because I told producers years ago it's going to be the big thing, and they go, no, it's not, no, it's not. And now I said, well, I told people, I said, well, treasure hunting is going to be, adventures are going to be, like Sherlock Holmes or Davy Jones or Josh Gates are going to be the next big thing.
Right.
And they go, no, no, that's not going to happen. You can look. I when I was younger, I used to look 5 years ahead, and I said, in 5 years, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. And boom, it's here. It's 5 years now, and it's here, and it's great. Um, like the advancement to breast cancer, we have come thousandfold on breast cancer. And the things we haven't come forward on is helping our vets. And I
Yes.
think I think that is really, what is the word I want to use? Negligent.
It is negligent because you should
Mm-hmm.
never expect more from people than you're willing to do to take care of them. And if they're giving up part of their life, a lot of times giving up parts of their body
Oh, it's
to come
absolutely.
back broken and to have instability issues because of the experiences that you put them through, then you take
Oh,
care of that.
I think
And
it's, yeah. I think
that's
it's
one of
a
my
it's
soapboxes. I
it's a
find
it's
it.
a we have several things: the mental health, the vets, and then people that need a leg up. I mean, the holidays are coming. Remember to help your food bank. I tell people all the time, please give to the food bank.
Yes.
But especially the vets, even if you give them $5, you're buying a meal. Do you know what they do to them? They go to the shelter at night. They kick them out at 7 a.m.
Yes. I
so
do
they
know
can
that.
clean so they can clean the place, make sure nobody has lice. So what are they doing if it's 30-degree weather or 20-degree weather? They're on the street. They're on their own.
Well,
I mean,
I've seen them sleeping in Vegas in 110-degree weather on the pavement.
Yeah, because
And
that's their life.
it is their life, and it's disgusting that that's how they're treated. I really
Yeah.
do. I went to an event in Gettysburg. It was my first time there, but it's the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. And it was for the Pennsylvania Wounded Warriors Project. And I will always support things like that. I love to lecture. I would, if you get me there, I would never charge to participate with something like that.
Hmm.
I just think that matters so much. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I think it's way too.
It's important.
Yes, it is.
Hmm. It's
And they have value, and we don't act like they do, and that's
it,
very frustrating.
it's very heart-wrenching. It's like these are our heroes and
Yeah,
we're pooping on our heroes.
yeah.
What happened? Um, I'm just hoping, and I hate to use this word praying, but I'm hoping there'll be a change in time, but it can't be too long from now because we really need to do something now. Did you
Well,
know
we
this
should have done
winter's?
something decades ago, and
Hmm.
we certainly should have done something when that director of the VA was found to be such a slime ball. And government employee, you can't get rid of them. Well, yeah, you can because someone did. And it's just you have to take care of those who take care of you.
Oh yeah, I
And
mean we're here. We have our freedom because of them.
yeah, we do.
There is no question, So I always tell people, please give to the vets. Like, people ask me about my dad, and whenever we can help, we help. But we have limitations too. But I mean,
Well, everybody
what?
does.
Right. But the tragedy here is, why are we helping when our government has the funding to do this? That's what doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it doesn't, but people fly around in jets and stuff and use the money on that instead of using it for what it's supposed to be used on.
Yep,
And they
it's
don't always
concerning.
get caught. And this guy did, so more power to him. But,
Well, he had a wake
and
up
he's
call.
gone. Now they're trying to get that ship back on track, and it is hard to turn the government ship. Too many ways
Well,
to protect the employees.
it is bad. It is a problem. But I don't want to go on and on about that.
I know,
So,
and we're
uh,
actually out of time. I am so
okay.
shocked because I've had so much fun. It just seems like we've been talking for 10 minutes. So, but, and I told you, I find a soapbox under my feet when it comes to our veterans. So, it's a good thing
I
to stop that.
I
But
hear you.
thank you so much for being here.
Oh,
And
you're
thank you so
welcome.
much for your patience with the glitching, and I'm so glad that it worked out. So I'm going to be putting these two shows together to make the one. And you have been fabulous. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And I'm sure we'll talk again.
Oh, yes, I am so excited to know that A, you were in Fate magazine, and
Oh,
B,
yeah.
that you are excited about the possibility of coming on pretty soon with me there. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, I loved Fate.
It's a
I
great
mean,
magazine.
it's a great magazine. It, it covers crazy stuff. It covers everything.
It does cover everything, and the stories are mainly true. I mean, there's some that are so out there that you go, really? But
Yeah, they are. They are
they're
out there.
sourced as a rule, and I find that fascinating too. But that being said, tell people how to find you.
Sure. All right. I'm in Virginia, so I'm Eastern Standard Time, and I pretty much you can email me on reachjeanette@gmail.com. So it's reach reach. I can't think straight. Reach Ginette Ginette @gmail.com, or and do not call tonight. I can give you my number. 571 is the area code, 358 1444. 571 358 1444.